Welcome back to 50/50 Official with another video about cryptocurrency. You guys seem to like the last one a lot, so I thought I would create one on Dash. Another reason why I wanted to create one on Dash is because I have a lot of friends who think they know everything about blockchain and cryptocurrency, but no one is ever talking about Dash. And Dash can hold its own. Should be respected. It's at $611 right now. As you can see, it's changing before your very eyes. It's a very profitable digital currency. If we take a look at the charts, one sec. If we take a look at the charts, all-time chart, you'll see that it kind of started making leeway in January of 2017. So within this year, it's November 28th. I'm shooting this video today. So it made all its ground within this year. It hit the double digits in about December, January. But before that, it kind of got its start the same time around Ripple. It was really nothing. Got its start in 2014. Ripple also got its start in the early 2010s. But it's taken off way faster than Ripple. There's a few reasons for that, though. Why it was able to spike over $600 within the year and since 2014. So Dash is mainly peer-to-peer, unlike most blockchains that are more for commercial or large enterprise use. This is more peer-to-peer. Originally, it was called Xcoin when it was first created, and then about a month later, it was changed to Darkcoin. And then March 2015, it finally got switched to Dash. Personally, I kind of like Xcoin and Darkcoin. You can actually refer to Dash as Xcoin if you really want to impress your blockchain buddies who think they know everything. Refer to Dash as Xcoin and throw them off. It's pretty funny. And then you can go into that interesting tidbit of how it was called Xcoin when it first started. But it was created by this guy, Evan Duffield. Basically saw Bitcoin, but didn't see that Bitcoin was private or fast enough for peer-to-peer use. So he built Dash upon Bitcoin's core code with those additional features. Like Bitcoin, Dash is open source. It has its own blockchain, wallet infrastructure, and Dash community, just like there is a Bitcoin community. A little bit more about the market cap. Just because that is a huge area when choosing cryptocurrencies or deciding where to put most of your money invested in cryptocurrency. So Dash has a total supply of about 18 million coins. Currently right now they're circulating about 7 million, 7.4 million. It's set to reach the total 18 million in the year 2300. So basically past our lifetimes. That's the same with most cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, I think the last one will be mined in the year 2140 if I'm correct. So that's also past your lifetime, unless you're a baby watching this video right now. That's just wicked smart. Most of these blockchains will be past our lifetime, and that's not really where we want to be. We want to be at the beginning when we, in my opinion, can make the most money. So the earlier the better, but yeah, it's set to end around 2300. Dash also has a variable block reward of which decreases at 7.1% rate each year. This also means the block mining time is around 2.5 minutes, which is 4.5 times faster for miners, which is great for miners. It's also great for environmentalists. How they keep saying cryptocurrency is not efficient, it uses so much electricity. So at least this is a little bit faster. It doesn't take as much time to mine, and it's also great for the consumers as well. So they have a feature called Instant Send, which allows regular people to send Dash within about 1.5 seconds. They also have a unique feature to them, private send. It uses a software called CoinJoin. I definitely look it up if you want to learn more about that. But the software CoinJoin, it basically allows you to send your funds privately by mixing in between several other transactions, making it harder to identify any specific transaction. And that's what Dash incorporated. So, it sends your funds privately, and it sends them in about 1.5 seconds. And then just a little bit. Oh, also it has another feature called Master Node. The only downside with private send is that you need 1,000 dash. It has a limited cap of 1,000 dash. But once you get to that 1,000 dash, you can use this feature called Master Node. Um, and when you start using Master Nodes, which is just basically 1,000 dash, and you use it with those functions, private send and instant send, you can actually earn 45% block reward back, which is really interesting. Just like when you swipe a credit card, you get some points back. This gives you 45% block reward back, which is great for us daily users and daily traders. So that's also something to keep in mind, and something really cool about Dash, and maybe a reason why it took off so quickly compared to Ripple and other blockchains that were started around the same time. And then just lastly, I know I'm going to get this question in the comments section, so I just figured I'd answer it now. But basically, the marketplaces where you can purchase Dash. Kraken is one of them. I haven't had too much success with Kraken. It kind of gave me issues logging in, but everyone has different experiences, so feel free to try out Kraken. Livecoin is another one, and Changelly also is a pretty good one. So definitely take a look at those. But also too, I wanted to show you guys a blog, a top 10 blog for cryptocurrency. This one is called BitInfo Charts. I know last time we used A to Z Forex in my last video, Ripple versus Bitcoin. But I like to switch up the sources to keep it fresh, keep us honest, and make sure we're not getting biased towards one source, because they all have their different opinions. I know last on A to Z Forex, Dash was actually ranked number 6, and now on this one it's ranked number 7. Ripple on the other one was ranked number 4, and on this one it's ranked number 8. So that's something to keep in mind. But as long as they're in the top 10, that's usually really good. And they fluctuate between there, but if they're in the top 10, that's the important part. And Dash is looking pretty good on here. Monero actually just passed it recently. I didn't see it. I saw Monero pass the top 10, so it actually just passed it recently, which is pretty good for that. I plan to do a video on Monero, Litecoin, ETH, Bitcoin as well. But basically Dash is at number 7, which is pretty good. As you can see, the price doesn't dictate where it will be on the chart. So Dash is around $600, and ETH and Monero that are ahead of it, and Litecoin, they're all cheaper, but they apparently have more potential on the market. Maybe they just have a higher market cap or something like that, or more in circulation at this time, which makes each coin worth less. But that doesn't mean their profitability is any less than Dash. So that's also something to think about. In my opinion, I prefer coins that are cheaper but still have a high ranking. So just because you can get more shares of them. So let's take Ripple for instance. It's worth about a quarter. If you invested 10,000, you could get about 40,000 shares. And if you invested 10,000 into Bitcoin, you'll get basically one Bitcoin. So the more shares means more money long term, based on your 10-year price point, what you think it will be. So I would definitely choose Dash over Bitcoin if you are investing right now. Obviously, if you invested, a couple years back when Bitcoin, was in the thousands, you're lower than that, you're definitely going to stick with Bitcoin. But if you're investing right now, I would choose Dash over Bitcoin, just because you'll get, more than a dozen shares of Dash versus one share of Bitcoin. And my 10-year price point for Dash I believe it's going to be anywhere from 20 to 50,000. There's no reason why it won't, climb as high as Bitcoin at this point. Since it is faster and they're not really competing since Dash is more peer to peer. But it may even eclipse Bitcoin. So, there's no reason why it won't hit the $20 to $50,000 range in 10 years, if not $50,000. Bitcoin is also projected to reach around 50,000. So if they're reaching around the same, if you have the same price point, and you can get more shares of Dash, Dash is going to be your best bet way to go between Dash versus Bitcoin. Dash versus Ripple, in my personal opinion, I would choose Ripple just because you can get more shares. But the 10-year price point for Ripple is around $5 to $10. So that's something to also weigh. But if you can get it at a quarter right now, you'll still make a good amount of money in 10 years, even with a low 10-year price point, just because you will have so many shares. So Dash versus Ripple, it could kind of go either way depending on how much you invest and what price you invest at. But Dash versus Bitcoin, I would definitely choose Dash over just because of the amount of shares you will get from it, and the 10-year price point being around the same, if not Dash being more. But that's kind of, all I had on Dash. I gave you the fundamentals, the unique features it has, and the 10-year price point and the comparison between Dash and Bitcoin and Dash versus Ripple. But other than that, it's been a great 50-50 official. Let me know if you have any more comments or questions. Definitely subscribe, because here at 50-50 official, we're all about the early adopters. We talk about things no one else is talking about, the mainstream. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the cutting edge and how to get in on it early on to make us all a bunch of money, and make sure we all have happy trading. That's what we're about. So definitely subscribe, because I'm gonna do more videos on coins no one's really talking about, like Monero, Zcash. And then I'll also do the better coins like Litecoin, ETH, Bitcoin as well. But subscribe, and thanks for watching as well. You guys are great, and I appreciate all the support. Thanks so much.